Firstly, there's a lot around disability for employees
Yeah.
and not enough for disability in entrepreneurship. And there's so much focused on employment, getting people into employment. What about entrepreneurship? Disabled individuals can craft things that work for them, bring people in as teams and as support, but actually that allows them to do the things that they do best
Yeah.
and bring the most value and be able to actually support others and do great things, not always be the ones who need to be supported. Secondly, for me, I went out into the corporate world, and I actually, before I got my diagnosis, I actually just found that I just didn't fit.
Yeah.
And, I spent a few years trying to, and then just abandoned that and built my own thing where I could shape my business, my days, how I worked around what I was good at, my kind of energy levels, how I worked. And all of a sudden, it just felt like, whoa, these are some train tracks that I'm building, but I'm building the journey for me rather than trying to shoehorn myself into a corporate structure that at the end of the day was designed for neurotypical people, like 100 years ago, like, 5-day weeks and certain working hours and systems. And, so it's not been built with people like me in mind. So why would I feel like it's going to work for me? So yeah, I actually before I was able to say that, I have a disability, I'd actually kind of been chewed up and spat out of the typical corporate world and gone and done my own thing, which has, served me relatively well since. But what I will say is that obviously the business that I have has shifted in that time as well. And I've moved from my original business in the video game industry to now running an inclusive wellbeing agency, where we kind of look at some of the challenges that, people who have disabilities and other minoritized and marginalized groups face when it comes to wellbeing in the workplace. Because that's not an area that's, looked at. And through my own lived experience, through the expertise that I have academically, through the business acumen that I've built through being in that world, and through being able to shape things in a way that worked for me, I now have a business that I'm incredibly passionate about. It's built from all the facets of who I am and what I do. And, it's all kind of driven with an ability to make a difference to people who so often haven't had their voices heard, haven't had a space that's theirs, and haven't had things that have been designed for them with them in mind. And being able to wake up knowing that I'm creating that impact every day, there's nothing really more powerful than that.